Deep work creates the flow state. It's that magical zone where you're fully engaged and you're producing your best work. Welcome back to the Cool Health platform. In this video, I'm going to share with you guys 7 strategies to amplify your productivity, boost revenue in whatever industry you are in, and cultivate a fulfilling life through the art of deep work. First, what exactly is deep work? Well, have you ever seen those guys who just happen to be grinding for 12-hour days, can go from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., even beyond, and stick to a single task? It may seem like some Herculean effort, but actually, it's a true phenomenon called deep work. Basically, deep work involves immersing yourself in focus, undistracted tasks for extended periods. Extended periods, it could be from 20 minutes to 3 hours. But the whole idea is quality over quantity. The work that you're making in this deep work state is so productive, so creative, and you are so incredibly aware that it just comes out naturally. And what I'm leading next to is, that sounds like something else. Yeah, you're right. It sounds like flow states. Deep work creates the flow state. It's that magical zone where you're fully engaged and you're producing your best work. So what I love to do on this channel, it's all about advice. I'm always trying to make it easier for you guys to take this information and apply it to your every single day. So how do we start deep work? Well, let's first identify a deep work task. What is something that you do in work that requires your mental concentration for an extended period of time? Take the next 5 minutes to figure that out. What do you do at work that's busy work? And then what's the other style of work? The work that you have to really use your energy to create. Make that your deep work, okay? So when we got our deep work, now it's time to do it. This is time where we're going to sit down and do it. But wait, how do we do deep work? Okay, here we go. The second strategy for deep work. We first identified it. Now we're going to create a distraction-free zone. This distraction-free zone could be a physical or digital space where interruptions are minimized. However, it's well established in psychological and environmental psychology literature that the physical environment can indeed have a significant impact on various aspects of well-being, including productivity and mood. This clean and organized workspace is often associated with reduced stress, improved focus. When you have a clean space, you don't have to waste so much energy trying to find stuff. It's just there for you. Enhanced productivity and positive mood. With that being said, we now have clarity for what we want to do. And going on with the practicality of this, I want you to take the next 5 minutes to declutter your workspace. A clear desk equals a clear mind. Understood? Strategy number 3. How do we get to this deep work state? We embrace time blocking. Let's talk about time blocking. What is it? This is about allocating specific blocks of time to different tasks and creating a structured work schedule. The theory behind this is the goal gradient effect. The goal gradient effect kicks in when you see that finish line in sight. By breaking your day down into focused time blocks, you're creating mini finish lines throughout the day, which is basically boosting your motivation, increasing your focus and your drive to get it done. Because the human body loves nothing more than getting stuff done. My treadmill stopped. Hold on. All right, guys, for the practicality of this, let's do something. Let's start scheduling deep work blocks. Now, understand, if you have a job, 9 to 5, 8 to 5, full-time family, there might be still significant time blocks throughout the day, which you can do this deep work. For example, I work a 9 to 5 job. Most days it goes after 5 p.m., so I prioritize the morning before from 7 to 8 to get a deep work state going. Some people may say, oh, it's an hour. You can't necessarily get into flow state in an hour. Yes, you can. With a clean environment, scheduled time, you're going to go right into that flow state. So find a time. Maybe it's 11:30 to 1:30. Also, find a time during the day that you truly enjoy working in. Everyone has that. You know, understanding your circadian biology, you'll see if you're a morning person or an afternoon person. Right now, I'm recording this at 4:30. I enjoy this time for discussing topics like health and self-development. I also love reading at this time and writing. So this is a good time for me. So open your calendar right now and designate a 25-minute time block for focus work. It's 25 minutes. It's small, I know. But start there. see how it goes, do your deep work session, and then focus. Now, we're talking all about deep work. Super focus for long periods of time. But stop. I want you to take a break during that deep work session. Not just any break. I want you to do a Pomodoro break during this. You ever heard of the Pomodoro break? It's all about breaking down work into intervals. Typically 25 minutes, and it's separated by 2 to 5 minute short breaks. The whole psychology behind this is Parkinson's law. Parkinson's law basically states that the more time you allocate for a task, the more time it tends to take, often leading to inefficiencies and procrastination. This law is rooted in the psychology of time perception and human behavior. When us individuals have an extended time frame, 2 hours or something, to complete a task, there's a natural tendency to underestimate the time needed initially. 2 hours, yeah, we think we got it, we can lolly around. And as a result, this task may be delayed because of it. And the available time is eventually consumed by the work, even if it could have been completed more efficiently. So with this Pomodoro, I want you to create a sense of urgency with it. When you set a specific time constraint using a technique like the Pomodoro break, you introduce a sense of urgency. This creates a psychological shift in how you approach the task. How does this help? Once again, focus. When you know there's a limited time frame, it encourages you to stay focused and avoid unnecessary distractions. It increases your efficiency. With the pressure of a ticking clock, you're more likely to cut through the BS and get straight to the point. I know when I'm on timeline, for some reason I am the GOAT at deep work. It also promotes task completion. You're like, oh shit, 5 minutes left. We got to bang this one out, right? And it boosts your motivation. You're motivated to get it done. So I want you to try the Pomodoro technique during your deep work sessions, okay? If you have an hour and a half block, fit 1 to 3 Pomodoro breaks in there. I recommend 3. Okay? By consciously limiting the time available for a task, you'll find that your efficiency improves and you can accomplish more in less time. It's a simple yet powerful way to harness the principle of the Pomodoro technique in your favor. Let's go on to the next concept. Concept number 5, setting clear work goals for deep sessions. This involves defining specific objectives for each focused work session. And I'm bringing in another psychological term. It's the Zeigarnik effect. The Zeigarnik effect is a psychological phenomenon named after Bluma, a Soviet psychologist who first studied in the early 20th century. It essentially states that people tend to remember uncompleted or interrupt tasks better than those that have been completed. The brain has a penchant for holding on to unresolved or incomplete information. So this idea is grounded that incomplete tasks create a mental tension or cognitive dissonance. The brain perceives these tasks as open loops that need closure, This creates a persistent mental background progress, reminding us of this unfinished business. Okay, so how does this tie into setting clear goals? When you establish specific and clear objectives for your deep work sessions, you're essentially leveraging the Zeigarnik effect. Here's how it works. The creation of mental tension. By setting a goal, you now realize that you have a desire to accomplish this goal. The brain thinks it's incomplete, so you better finish it, right? Hide and focus. I don't know if it's a, commonality in this video, but a lot of these things hide in your focus. It increases focus on the task at hand. Memory retention. Tasks associated with goals become more memorable. The brain prioritizes the information related to those goals for efficient recall. And enhanced motivation. The desire to complete a goal generates this motivation. It's beautiful. Now, let's do this in real life. Define specific objectives. Take a few minutes at each session of your deep work to define specific objectives. Be clear and precise about what you aim and what you want to achieve, okay? I want to get this paper done. I'm going to set the timer for 2 hours and I'm going to get the paper done. Deep down, you're going to get it done. You know you got this, all right? Don't ever doubt yourself because you can do it. Now, take the next 5 minutes to define your specific goal for your next deep work session, okay? Having a clear objective can significantly boost your deep work. Next, number 6 or 7, I forgot. Cultivating a deep work mindset. Positive mindset, pessimistic mindset. You've heard all of these. We're talking about cultivating a deep work mindset. It's about valuing the quality and the depth of your work over constant multitasking. I forgot to mention this psychological term, but cognitive load. It's basically the ability for your brain to handle information and assimilate it accurately for your use. If you're writing a paper and you need to remember that Theodore Roosevelt happened to love the nature and national parks, but at the same time you're watching TikTok, You're probably going to remember some random TikTok over Theodore Roosevelt in the specific act he did to preserve a national park. You're not going to remember the really in-detail stuff, but rather the fucking stimulation, anime, God knows what's on that TikTok, okay? Don't multitask. Now, attention residue is what we're talking about next. The concept of attention residue suggests that when you switch between tasks, some of your attention residue remains on the task. Let's talk about the cognitive load. Cultivating a deep work mindset helps release this residue. Practical application, guys. For the next 5 minutes, turn off non-essential notifications on your devices. Turn them all off. This small step can make a big difference in cultivating a deep work mindset and allowing you to focus on what truly matters. Lastly, second to last, avoid multitasking, a crucial concept. It may seem like you're getting stuff done, but in reality, you're not. Multitasking is a joke. Get it out of here, man. It does not work. Einstein can't even do it. He was hating on it too. And do you know why? Because there's a cognitive switching cost involved. Cognitive switching refers to the mental effort and time it takes to shift your focus from one task to another. Why is this relevant to deep work? Well, let's say we're deeply immersed in that Theodore Roosevelt paper and my mind is in flow state because I'm killing it and I have a clean desk and all the strategies listed above. And then I introduce another task and now I'm disrupted and now I have attention residue and my mind feels like poo. And now I have to go explain why Theodore Roosevelt loved horses so much and I can't really articulate it because the TikTok anime porno was in my mind. You get the point. It's crazy stuff. Multitasking is a myth, okay? Contrary to this myth, where individuals believe they're efficiently handling multiple tasks simultaneously, what's really happening is constant toggling between tasks. This toggling exacts a toll on cognitive resources. So, for the next 5 minutes, I want you to just focus on one task at a time. Start small, okay? I know you guys probably listen to this. You might be an entrepreneur. You might be a DJ. You might be a producer. You can do this shit for hours. But I want you to rewire, let's say neuroplasticity. Let's try to really focus in for 5 minutes, not checking the phone, soaking it in, maybe taking a walk. Focus 5 minutes, okay? Remember, deep work thrives in an environment of singular focus. By understanding and minimizing these switching costs, you pave the way for a more productive and immersive work experience. So focus on one task at a time, guys. Hey, lastly, reflect on your deep work success. As you progress through this amazing deep work journey we've gone on, taking the time to reflect on your achievements, it's a crucial practice. Reflecting involves consciously looking back at tasks you've completed, goals you have achieved, and the overall progress you made during this deep work adventure. The term I want to bring up is positive reinforcement. It's a fundamental concept in psychology. It involves the use of rewards or positive stimuli to reinforce and strengthen desired behaviors. In the context of deep work success, positive reinforcement comes into play when you acknowledge and celebrate your accomplishments. How does it work in deep work? Recognition of achievement. When you reflect on the success of a deep work session, you're essentially recognizing and acknowledging your achievements. This is positive reinforcement. You're going to feel better about doing it, most likely to do it again. Emotional impact. It's going to release positive emotions. It's going to make you feel great. Remember that. Motivation boost. This motivation is caused by this positive feedback loop, making you more eager to engage in deep work in the future. And it just builds habits, guys. You can reflect on your successes. You can be proud. And you start doing it bit by day, a little bit here, a little bit there. Next thing you know, you got a banging deep workflow. There you have it, folks. 7 strategies to help you master the art of deep work. I want you guys to be able to go out there and go try it. Whether you want a new goal, you want to start making something of your own, I sincerely value the art of deep work and know it will impact you just as it did for me. I used to hate deep work. I loved multitasking. I actually loved never doing work. But once I really just let go and allowed myself to get into the flow state, beautiful work happened, stuff that I could never imagined. So go give it a try. Go comment what you found out about yourself, people around you, and the work that you can create. It's better than you might think. Just give yourself a chance with deep work. Signing out from the Cool Health platform. Thanks.